Humble ISD offers many programs for students with special needs, ranging from programs for students with autism to students with major physical or mental disabilities. And we offer them for all ages, from pre-K all the way up to age 22. The program that serves our special adult children from ages 18 to 21 is called Mosaic. And we are blessed to be joined today by Roni Jo Frasier, who is the team leader of the Mosaic program. We're glad you're here.
Thank you.
And Miss Breanne Garza, who is a student in Mosaic. Bree has cerebral palsy and is one of their shining stars, we understand.
Thank you.
Glad to have you with us. We'll start with you, Roni Jo. Tell us a little bit about Mosaic and how the program works.
So after students complete all of their high school credits and all of their state testing, they move into what is called transition. And so best practices state that when you finish all of your credits, it's best to move students off of a typical high school campus into a separate setting so you can work on skills that you need for adult life. So Mosaic is Humble ISD's program for that. We work on things to help our students find jobs, live independently. We help our students attend community college, taking classes. So we are really focused on helping our students by educating them into what the adult world holds.
Right, okay. So basically you're the transitional step between school and independence as an adult.
Exactly. All of our goals and all of our focus that our teachers work on are things that are going to prepare them for life after school. So we work on everything from how to get a job to how to keep a job, you know, listening to your boss, working with your employers, to cooking and cleaning, to even how to pay your bills if you lived on your own.
Okay, and is that the self-advocacy project that is being worked on now?
Well, one of the self-advocacy things that we do in our program is really work with our students to understand that they're responsible for their educational plan just like they're responsible for their life. And so what we did is we wrote a grant through the foundation, and they gave us money to really take an emphasis on teaching self-advocacy for all students in special ed. And so what we did is we took a couple of our students and we brought them to a conference to learn about self-advocacy skills, and then they're going to go to each of the high schools and teach all the students in special ed how to take control of their educational plan, how to be active parts in their ARD meeting, how to start planning when they're freshmen in high school instead of just waiting until they get to us after they finished.
Right.
Boy, that is, I mean, that's awesome, Roni Jo. And you know what? There's no better person to do that than that young lady right there.
Absolutely.
Bree, it is good to see you again.
You too.
I am not going to say how many years ago it was, but we got to do a show with Bree when you were at Timberwood Middle School.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, sir.
And you were a cheerleader back then.
Yes.
And you have grown a little bit into a very beautiful young woman, and I have grown into an old man. But it's good to see you again.
Me too.
And I appreciate your being here. So Bree, share with us kind of your experience in Mosaic, and why is it important to teach other students about advocating for themselves?
Well, as an adult, you would have to, you know, everybody needs to be a self-advocate. But when you're disabled, like myself and like the program, you have to teach others that you have a voice. And Mosaic has shown me that. And it's just a really good program, and I'm so honored.
Well, good.
Well, we're very fortunate in that Bree has set up her own website. Is that right?
Yes, ma'am.
And what is that website about?
It's a self-advocacy website. I do a lot of blogging, a lot of, you know, because when you have a disability, it's, especially about my blogs, you can just vent to me and I'll give you feedback, and, you know.
Which is a great tool.
Oh yeah, it's so important to just, whether it's electronically or face-to-face, just to talk all that out. And just
because so many kids with disabilities get judged, and I want to stop that.
And how do you stop that, Bree?
People call me the counselor because people come running to me with their problems, and I'm just like, it's okay, you're gonna get through it. Yeah.
You just want mainly people to understand that even though you may have a physical disability, you have the same desires and dreams as any student.
right.
Right.
I've been taught that as a young lady,
And taught it well.
yes.
That's right, because you live it. At least
Right.
it sure looks that way to me.
Yes.
So, Roni Jo, we're at least from my perspective, so I'm asking you to correct me if I'm wrong or affirm if I'm right. But it appears to me that we're really growing the Mosaic program. And if that's accurate, so what's prompting that?
Well, what's prompting that is just more and more individuals are diagnosed with disabilities as our population grows, and so more of those people are served in special education within public schools. So as those numbers continue to grow, with the increased number of students who have autism continues to grow, the need for transition programs are going to continue to grow. When we started 4 years ago, we had 16 students. This year we have 51. Next year we're projected at 75, and then 150 the year after that. So as we continue to grow within our district, with the need for special ed support, our transition program is going to continue to grow as well.
Well, and you mentioned something earlier about ARDS and about students taking an active role in their own ARDS instead of just letting mom and dad ask the questions and make the suggestions. The students are doing this. Tell us a little bit about the students who are involved in Mosaic and how they have taken an active part and what has resulted from that. Have there been differences in their programs? Or?
Oh, absolutely. Bree's actually ran her ARD for the last 2 years. And the last year it was really funny. She wanted to talk with her parents about getting her driver's license. And so she was very nervous about it. And she's like, Roni Jo, you have to help me. And so she brought it up in her ARD, and it was great. But what we did is we decided 2 years ago that a great way to teach self-advocacy was have them, leading the train of what was going on. So we start from day one when our students come into our program, we start teaching them what an ARD is, all the legal parts of it, why it's important to have it, and really give them a voice. We help them create a PowerPoint that goes through all the information, and they're in charge of it. They run it. They go through each part of it. They talk about what needs they need, or what needs they have, accommodations that they need. And so it doesn't necessarily look all formal like it does in high school. We cover all the same information, but it's on their terms. And so it really has...
It's more adult-like.
It is more adult-like, and it's really shaped their programs to be ones that are really working towards what they need. And parents have really jumped on board because they see their students getting the supports that they need, and it's not directed by the school, it's directed by the child who has disability.
And becoming more independent. I mean,
absolutely.
They're fully capable of being independent intellectually and deciding what their futures are like.
Right. And because of Bree's conversation in her ARD, she signed up with an adult agency support. She has started her own business. She's getting employment services. So, and she led all of that through her ARD, those discussions. So.
Good job, Bree. Wow. Really good job.
Thank you.
They are wrapping us up, but I just have one quick question. What's in your future, Bree? What would you like to see or do?
I would like to basically make a difference in other high schools. And my goal is to teach others that you don't have a disability, you have abilities.
That's right.
Awesome.
Absolutely. That's a great way to put it, too. And you're a great star for that. You've proven that.
Thank you.
Actually, you need to think about becoming a teacher and coming right back here to teach.
I think that's a great idea. We're so glad you joined us today and wish you all the best in your future.
Thank you.
And thank you as well. Roni Jo, we're glad you were here. And don't go away. We're going to talk a little bit more about what we've been discussing this whole show.
That's right.